Hey, Nick, I'm not hearing anything yet across network, so I don't know if we broke the connection with the VVR when we did that reset, and we might need Mike to do a reset, or if it's just going to take a second for that to happen automatically.
Okay. Tim, can you see a connection on your end? Try it again, Chris. You might be good.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on my
N6
W6
CMB.
VVR meeting.
Testing.
There we go.
As a pre-start to
You're good. Yep, you're good. Welcome, everybody. We're getting started here in just 1 second. Take it away, Chris.
Attention, this is the voice control, N6CMB. There's nothing wrong with your radio. Do not attempt to adjust the frequency. We are controlling the transmission. For the next hour, sit quietly, or better yet, join in, and we will control all you see and hear. We repeat, there's nothing wrong with your radio. You're about to participate in a great adventure. You're about to experience the awe and mystery of the greatest anti-net on all amateur radio. Prepare yourself for the 2-meter crew anti-net. The 2-meter crew is not an actual club. We're just a bunch of hams hanging out, enjoying and promoting the hobby. There's no dues and there's no fees to be a 2-meter crew member. For more information, check us out on 2MC on Facebook. The 2-meter crew meets every Thursday night at 7 p.m. This is an open anti-net, and everyone is welcome. Please feel free to join in. We've made it easy. Anti-net streams live on YouTube. You can find us at the greatest ham radio channel that's out there, Northwest Ham Shack. You can also access the net through the W6 VVR repeater in Vacaville, California, 145.47, PL 127.3. On Echolink, you can check out WG5EEK. We've got a DMR talk group, 314-964. All-Star Link, 51094 and 51010. YSF reflector, 24033. I'm going to turn it over to Nick up at Northwest Ham Shack, KN6DAL. He's going to talk a little bit about some other connections, some new connections, our Contra Cross Diffusion Network, and some cool websites you can check out to see how all this thing gets put together by our very own WG5. Okay, Nick, you got me there?
Yeah, hey, thanks, Chris. This is Nick, KN6DAL. Yeah, I just wanted to take a second, and we have a lot of different things that go on, and so I'll share my screen here real quick and just kind of give everybody a little bit of heads up on how we connect everything. So right now, currently, we're linked to 4 repeaters. We're linked to 3 different 2 24/7 all-star links, and mine is also fairly consistently linked to the W6 VVR repeater. 2 YSF reflectors, 1 DMR talk group, and 1 Echolink connection. So all in all, there's 11 different ways to get in here. On top of that, we're streaming over YouTube here at my channel at Northwest Ham Shack, and we're also recorded on Broadcastify. So there's a lot of different ways to access the anti-net. And so I just wanted to start here at Mike's website, the WG5EEK.com. If you go here, there's at the top of the page, there's a couple of different links. You can access Jason's YouTube channel, Ham Radio TV. You can also access his Discord link right here. You can also access the Northwest Ham Shack YouTube channel, as well as the 2-meter crew Discord link and the 2-meter crew Facebook page, Mike's Twitter account, Instagram account, and the W6 VVR, the Vac Valley Radio Club's website. And so those are a lot of great resources, and we'll go into a couple of those here in a second. Down here towards the bottom, there's some different links. I'll let this drop. So at the bottom of this website, there's a list of all of the 24/7 connections. So we've got the W6 VVR repeater at 145.470 megahertz with a negative 600 kilohertz PL. Tone is 127.3. We've got All-Star. Mike's node is 51010. We've also got Kevin's node, which is 51094, and my node, which is 51234. All of those are typically connected. This one for sure is connected 24 hours a day. Echolink at WG5EEK. DMR talk group is linked with the ID of 3149964. And YSF reflector is 24033. So in addition to that, we also have a couple other connections that I'm going to go into in just a second. One thing you can do if you navigate this website is you can go into the his Supermon link, and you can actually pull up. Oh, you know what? I might have gotten that wrong. Into the node link. I apologize. If you go into the node link, once it loads, you can actually see a map of all of the digital connections. We could probably blame my internet on this one, or maybe all of the things that I have pulled up. I might have to come back to that if it doesn't load here real quick. There we go. All right, KN6DAL. So you can go through here and you can see everyone who's linked up. If you see your call sign up here and you see this really sad picture of a droopy antenna, that's because you have not updated your QRZ picture. So go in and update your picture, put something cool in there, and that way we can recognize you next time you come on. There's also a list of where everybody's connected from. We have people from all over the place come in and connect. And then towards the bottom here, that map pops out. So super cool website. If you want to go in and check it out, I'd definitely encourage it. All right, and then next up we've got the Vaca Valley Radio Club repeaters website. You can access that by going to w6vvr.net, and here it'll, in the About Us under VVRC repeaters, it'll give you a list of multiple different repeaters that are in the area. They have a Yaesu Fusion repeater, which is at a moderate level. And all of the information to access those, as well as a 440 repeater and the Mount Vaca repeater. All of these connections are all listed right here. If you're ever interested in joining the Vaca Valley Radio Club, there's information on here on how to contact people within the club, and we definitely encourage membership. They do a lot to support us, so we want to support them where we can. And then last but not least, I'm going to jump into another website we have here called the Contra Costa Fusion.network. So this is the repeater system that we have talked about linking up to, and we're currently linked up to right now. As of this moment, there are 3 linked repeaters within this system, and there's soon to be a 4th one. This website is actually very well put together, and I was looking through it earlier today, and if you go through here, you can click on Fusion Repeaters. You can see what the access points are for RF, and then there's also a digital connection through YSF reflector, which is reflector number, I believe, 20280. 20280 is the YSF reflector. If you guys want, and the WiresX room as well. So if you're on a dedicated WiresX connection through another repeater or through your own WiresX room, you can connect that way as well. So lots of different ways to connect to the AntiNet, and I just want to take a minute and go over all of those with everybody. And if anyone has any questions or is having a hard time accessing, especially this new system, you can always go up here and you can click on the Contact Us and reach out to somebody, and we can get you the information that you need. So with that, I will say thanks and pass it back to you, Chris, KN6DAL.
Hey, thanks, Nick. Great information. It's a lot, I know, to digest, but those websites are looking to, get into the details, and also just jump on the old VVR through any of those digital modes. They're always connected to the VVR. You can go on the Echo Link, the DMR, the All-Star Link, and jump on anytime, not just during Antinet. The Contra Costa Fusion Network is only connected right now during the Antinet periods, but it is available 24/7 for your use outside of Antinet time. So if you want to go over and make use of the Contra Costa Fusion Network, feel free to do it anytime. I'm going to open it up for a minute before we move on to see if anybody has any further questions or comments on all of these crazy digital links that we put together, especially since we don't have Mike here who knows all about all this stuff, who can actually answer questions. But we're gonna go for it anyway. Hearing silence, I'm going to move on. We do find ourselves lucky enough to get continuous support from the owners and supporters of the W6 VVR repeater and the Vaca Valley Radio Club. Don't forget, the repeater is available when we're not on the Internet, so jump in, push to talk, and create some traffic out there on the 6 VVR. Anyone can join the Vaca Valley Radio Club. I guess now you don't even really need to live close because it's all virtual. W6VVR.net for more information. Remember, we'll always clear the frequency for any urgent or emergency traffic. Just bring it forward anytime there's a break, and we will open up the airwaves for you. When we wrap up the air, remember we're going to invite everybody to join a Zoom meeting, and you can be part of the action. We really wish you'd join us and have a little chat. It's a lot of fun, so think about joining that Zoom after we get off the air tonight. Today is Thursday, 17 December 2020. On this day in 1903, the first manned-powered, sustained, and controlled airplane flights were achieved by the Wright brothers with the Flyer, a wood and fabric biplane at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Despite a cold 27-mile-an-hour wind at 10 a.m., the Wrights decided to attempt a flight. Orville Wright launched from the biplane flew over the ground for 120 feet aloft for a whole 12 seconds. For the first time, the machine carried had raised itself in the air for full flight, flown forward without reduction of speed, and finally landed at a point as high from where it had started. Two more flights were made in the next few hours. The last one, with Wilbur Wright on board, was the longest, covering 852 feet in about 59 seconds. The wind then upset the Flyer, damaged it, and it never flew again. All right. We all celebrate the holidays in our own way. In Sweden, they like to celebrate with a 13-year total Yule goat. It's quite a sight. If you Google it, Google the Yule goat in Sweden, and you'll see it. In Austria, Krampus is the real deal, and he scares children into good behavior. Do a Google search for Krampus in Austria, and you'll think you're looking at Halloween and not Christmas. If you're in Norway, evil spirits, because they say that evil spirits will come at Christmas and steal your broom and they'll fly away on it. So you might think about doing that. Hide your broom if you want to have one after Christmas to clean up. In Japan, Christmas isn't that really a big deal. But they kind of have this weird new trend where they have a Kentucky Fried Chicken dinner for Christmas dinner, believe it or not. If you don't believe me, check it out. Kentucky Fried Dinner, Christmas, Japan. But no matter where you are, for ham radio operators, Christmas is a time for gifting new and exciting ham gear so that we can spend the new. So tonight, we're going to do our annual check-in with everybody who's out there. We are expecting you guys to check in tonight. I know it's asking a lot. We're going to find out if you've been naughty or nice, whether you're going to get coal or if you're going to get a new antenna tuner. Paying for that special hand gift you got yourself this year, or how you like to celebrate the holidays. Chris to the repeater, W6VVR, RF, and ask for check-ins. Please be a little patient. Come in one at a time. I'll recognize you, and I want to hear about your Christmas. There, Chris again in the group. Kilo November 6, Bravo, X-ray, X-ray.
6, I'm going to get coal for Christmas, but I got a baby on the way, so that's good.
W6 SRX, Will in Vacaville, and I'm probably getting coal also, but I don't have any more kids coming.
GST, Pleasant Hill. I hope everybody gets everything they could ever hope for Christmas, and I think we all want that. Have a good one, guys.
W6 CRP. I'll let it drop, see if I got it. Yeah, it's a little disappointing this year. We have a pretty close family, and usually we all get together, and sometimes that's one of the few times I get to see my nieces and nephews that are away at college and so forth. So I really look forward to that, and that's usually Christmas Eve at the house. So this year, everybody's staying at home in their own little huddle. Don't blame them. So we'll call and check up on everybody. We'll still hang in there and do our best with it. But that's what we'll be doing over here at the Whiskey 6 CRP residence. All right, we ended up with a little bit of a pile up there. I think I heard most of the donations that came through. Sandy, thank you for those wonderful holiday wishes. I'm still trying to get back Michael from Carmichael. Michael, did you disappear? I'm still around there, Chris. No, you're nice. Nah, I've been doing all right. Keep myself out of trouble. As far as ham stuff, that's a matter of saving up lunch money down the road. So that's Jason's way he puts it. Can't say saving case. Saving up the lunch money. But we got some renovations more to do our house, so that's where our money's going to go. But building up slowly, evolving over time. But great hobby so far, even if it's just focusing on 2-meter FM right now. But it's been great so far. Miss all you guys too, and it's great. I hope you guys have a blessed Christmas as well, no matter what we're dealing with this season. Can6 BXX, back to you, Chris and the gang. Michael from Carmichael, thanks for jumping in. That's we're looking at extension to check in. We're looking for RF check in on the W6 VVR first.
This is Kilo Foxtrot 6, Hotel. That's like in ho, ho, ho. Dan, your Christmas ham in Woodland. Not much going on for Christmas. Everybody's kind of locked down. And closest I got is I'm trying to get an old dual bander repaired and playing with Ham Radio Deluxe. And the rest is just going to be sitting at home. And everybody else out there, have a nice holidays. Stay safe. KM6 Triple H. Hey, it's good to hear from you. It's been a little while since I've heard you on the Anti-Net. I know you're out there listening, but we haven't heard you, so that's great news to hear from you. So, Ham Radio Deluxe, is that a new one for you, or is that something you've had and you're just starting to dig into it? Played with the free version many years ago. Never could figure it out. Tried playing with it again. Ended up having to download the 30-day trial on the new version, and decided I liked it enough that I wanted to go ahead and buy it, so I got it. That was, I guess, my Christmas present to me. And now I'm just trying to set everything up. Supposedly it'll read and send CW, and I'm trying to get it to do that. It'll read, but I can't get it to send. So it's, I'm looking at, you guys are talking about FT8 and all the other stuff, and the digital mode looks fun. So I'm trying to figure out how to do it all. If it's more than a couple of buttons, I just get confused. So Yeah, 1.5. Gives me something to do while we're locked down.
And then good to hear from you, and enjoy the new program. You know, it's very powerful software, no doubt about that. And I think that sometimes when some of that software is so powerful, it can be tough to even find the basic features. So keep at it. It's well worth it. There's a reason that that is a piece of software that's sort of an industry standard, I would say. All right, who else is out there on the 6BDR RF tonight looking for another check-in? Our annual Anti-Net Christmas check-in.
Kilo November 6 Kilo India Echo. I'm going to do my check-in here too. For my Christmas break, I am going to not go to work for a week, which is awesome. Let me drop it here for a second. I've got a couple different projects that I'm working on. I'm going to try to integrate DV Switch into my All-Star node. The more I look at it, this is quite a chore since these guys don't necessarily play that well. I'm going to give it a shot anyways. Thanks, Mike. I've also got a new antenna that I received from Kevin and 6BLF. Actually, hooked me up with at the bargain basement sale in Fairfield out there. I've been kind of sanding it and painting it, and it's probably twice as big as the dual band antenna I have as well. So I'm going to put that thing up, and we'll see how it goes, man. It's going to be fun.
Thank you, Greg. Sounds like you got lots of good stuff going on. Who else do we got out there coming in on digital?
BBQ.
Our 6B Vision, go ahead.
Thanks for doing the net. Hello, everybody else. For Christmas, I already got myself a couple signal stick antennas for the FT3. I'm on the dual band one right now, and it seems to be working great. And I will probably be getting a hotspot of some sort that I will just pick out myself. And and of course, most of the money is being spent on for presents other than that. So yeah, that's our Christmas. Just like everyone else, I think we're keeping it simple this year, and that's about it. You guys have a great night. 73s.
Thanks for jumping in there. If you need any tips, not sure what to cook. Remember, Kentucky Fried Chicken is a big popular dish over there in Japan. You could bring it to the U.S. as a new hit. So, signal sticks, it reminds me, I was speaking to a donkey today out there, and he was using the signal sticks, or I think he called his Chinese fighting sticks, but there was a chance that the donkey was going to try to listen in early tonight, so I'm going to make a stab at it. Maybe we can wake up Derek and get him online here for a minute, but there's never any guarantees. How about you, donkey? Are you out there? We gave it a shot. It's the donkey has an early bedtime, believe it or not, so he goes down pretty early. Nick, do you have any idea how many users they've got out on Facebook now? By any chance, you got that kind of technology at your fingertips?
Oh, I'm sure I could come up with something. This is Nick, KN6DAL. I will look right now. We should all go yell at the donkey because he just posted something on the 2 Meter Crew Facebook. Right now, we are sitting at... Hey, look at that. We broke the 300 mark. We're at 302 members on the 2 Meter Crew Facebook. And I think we're currently at, I think it's 67 members on the Discord. And keep in mind, everybody out there listening, once we break the 100 mark on the Discord, we are going to do a couple of really cool giveaways. So keep an eye out for that. We're going to start that here pretty soon. We just got a couple more members to get. So if you can jump in, if you're a member of that Discord group, jump in, grab a link, share it, and see how many people we can get into that server. So yeah, I'll pass it back to you, Chris. Oh, before I go, I'll say my piece on Christmas. So every year, we load the kids up, and we usually do this 2, sometimes even 3 times. But our big thing is we like to go drive around and look at Christmas lights, and we get into it to the point where we do some research. Like we'll pull out our phones and search like where the cool lights were last year, and kind of go stake out those houses and see what they're doing. And we've come across some pretty cool, like intricate, they're playing it over the radio, and you can tune your radio into the music theme that's going with the lights. And some people really invest some time in that, but that's always a fun tradition that we kind of go do. And then we watch a lot of Christmas movies. Got 3 young kids, and they all like Elf and like The Nightmare Before Christmas. My 4-year-old really likes, and so we watch those and just kind of hang out. And it's really good to be back home for Christmas this year. So with that, I kind of mirror what Sandy said. I just hope everybody has a really great time and gets to see their family and gets to be around people that they love. And yeah, so with that, I will pass it back to you, Chris. KN6DAL.
My production team reminded me in the background that I need to hold down the key a little bit before I start speaking. So hopefully that time I didn't cut myself off. I look to improve every time we get out here and do a little bit better. Hey, how about Bobby Lee? I'm pretty sure there's him out there. Bobby, did you speak your whole piece on Christmas? I know Bobby inspired me to get my Christmas gift for myself this year, which it was a Wise X Fusion repeater. And with the help of Bobby and Tim, I'm up and running, and I'm a repeater owner. So we're going to get to Tim in a minute here, too. But let me first hit Bobby Lee, see if he's available. Bobby, you there?
KD6KWV, we're right here. It's good to hear you tonight, Chris. Everybody else as well. It's nice to see you all out there on YouTube. And again, good to hear everybody. Yeah, no Christmas plans over here for the most part. Just to lay low and just get through it. So nothing fancy on that side. Yeah, and right, Chris, you got your Christmas present now. You got your repeater going. That's epic. So. I think if anything, I'm more eager to await what's in the stockings. I think I'll just keep it at that, because Christmas is something to look forward to, and I just happen to be looking forward to it, because I have a feeling there could be something in the stockings. Anyway, Merry Christmas to everybody, and it's really great to hear you all. KD6KWV.
Well, Bobby, I'm just hoping that it's not cold in my stocking, because that's been known to happen on a couple of Christmases. I do want to bring Tim back. Tim was on last week. I don't want to, let him get any kind of ego going here, but he is one of these very experienced hands. He's become an elder to me. I know he's been an elder to some other folks in the area. And he's a lot of fun, too, which is the really good part. Even if he didn't know anything about radios, we might still let him hang out. So let's see if we can get Tim online.
Well, hello, Chris, and hello to the net. This is K6BIV. And what he was trying to say is that I'm old. But that's okay, because
he's not
we have
wrong.
one of 2 choices. We either get 1 year older every year, or we don't. And the alternative is, I think I'll get 1 year older. Anyway, with the new the shiny penny on my desk, which is Fusion. Been involved in digital with DMR and D-Star. I started D-Star in 2006. So I've been at this around 14 years in the digital repeater world, and I am very happy with what Fusion to the table and the ease of use for the user and the audio quality and if you have a radio that's got GPS, the mapping and the distance that you see and all of those types of features that are just very, very cool. At least they're cool initially. After 20 years, we probably won't care. Today, it's exciting, and it's exciting every day. Back to that K6 BNV.
Thanks, Tim. Really appreciate it. I'm going to open it back up. RF or digital. See if you can get in there. Sometimes we get a little gap to get those digital modes in there, but I know there's a few more folks, and we'd love to hear a few more check-in tonight.
This is Victor Alpha 6 Golf Kilo Tango. K6 RNL up in Canada, in Calgary, in Canada.
Well, good evening. I did not catch your call. It was a little broken up there, but I did catch that you were checking in from Calgary, Canada. Now, do you guys have Christmas in Canada? You know, fill us in. I know as Americans, internationally savvy as you might.
Victor Alpha 6 Golf Kilo Tango. And yes, we have Christmas up here in Canada. In fact, Santa Claus lives right next door to me. So we deliveries. Having said that, it's going to be a very quiet Christmas up here. We're all under lockdown. So, and my daughter has surgery in the beginning of January. So we are hiding from everybody anyways. Because if she gets the sniffles, they're going to cancel the surgery. So we're going to hide away from everybody and hope for the best. That way she can have the surgery and get it over with.
Well, thanks for checking in, and obviously the best gift you're going to get is when your daughter comes out healthy from that surgery. And I know all the hands here on the anti-net will be having positive thoughts for her. And I hope you guys get your Christmas before all that surgery stuff has to happen. What about yourself? Are you able to sneak a ham radio gift for yourself, or are you looking forward to anything ham radio in the new year?
Well, this year money's a little tight and all, but a new antenna tuner. I've been able to use it for the last little while. So I've got my eyes on a VersaTuner. But I think I'll have to wait till after Christmas. So I'm borrowing one for this weekend, and I'll be playing on the Canadian rack has a contest going on. So you'll hear a whole bunch of Canadians on HF this weekend.
This is KN6DAL. I heard station behind him. I think that was K6RNL. If you have a copy, go ahead and come back in.
This is K6RNL. Thanks for that. Stuck on Echo Link tonight because I don't have my Sherry Hat hardware for my All-Star node yet. tie net tonight, and for Christmas, I'm road tripping cross country in my Jeep Wrangler to go see my family in Cleveland. I started in San Francisco. I'll be on repeaters all the way, and I got a Pico APRS fed through a 50-watt amp, so K6 RNL on APRS.FI. You should see my progress, 73.
K6 RNL. Good to hear you again. Good to have you back for the second week, and hope you're going to be a regular. Definitely need to jump on and check your progress for your epic Jeep voyage. Safe travels to you, brother, and keep us posted as you're going. Well, when I touched in our meeting room now, Justin, did you just... You got Rugrats running around, so Christmas is going to be big in your house. 6ZTH. Yeah, we've got lots of Christmas activity bouncing around here. How many of those things will be ham radio related? I'm not saying, because they might be watching this on YouTube inside right now. So we're just going to keep that discreet and move forward from there. Anyhow, I do hope everyone does have a wonderful Christmas. And, my wife and all those other folks know it, that you can't buy a ham a gift, so the hams have to buy their own gifts. It's too, how many picofarads, they don't understand, they just don't know those models. So we got to do our part. KM6 is ET. There's nothing wrong with treating yourself to a good ham gift. That's what I always say. Within reason. You got to take care of everything. All right. Who else is out there looking to check in? Somebody must be here to talk about Christmas. Tell us how they celebrate. I'll share one thing I miss about back home, my small town. When they got close to Christmas, every night Santa Claus would go out on a fire truck and make the rounds through the neighborhoods. And they hit every neighborhood on the entire island, every street, so no kids missed out. I used to think that was great that the fireman took the time to give Santa a lift, because he can't use his sled but one night a year, because it needs to be repaired and everything. So the firemen were glad to drag him around and let us all say hello to him. All right, let me jump over to anyone out there looking to check in. Tell us some stories. KM6, LLB, Jim and Tracy. Go ahead from Tracy. Yo, Roger. Thank you, 2MC. Definitely enjoy this. I'm usually sitting on the side watching YouTube and listening on my HD, but enjoyed the check-in. The only 2 days I got going for Christmas is watching Die Hard a number of times, the only Christmas movie. And I'm looking in my stocking for a vanity call sign, hopefully here very shortly. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thanks for the net. KN6 LRB, Jim and Tracy, 73.
And W6CRP wants to jump in for 1 second, just say a big shout out and a hello to Miss Molly, my favorite up-and-coming ham operator.
Carlos said hi to you. You want to say hi?
Solved. Hey, Carlos, I think you got to, you started in there, we got a little overlapping going on. You talked a little bit, but I wanted to ask you some Christmas questions. So, did you have anything more to add? If not, I'll pick your brain.
No, I was just going to give a shout out to Miss Molly. I can see my favorite ham there approaching the mic now, and I'm ready for Christmas questions.
Do you want to say hi? Okay. Go ahead.
Hi, Carlos.
Does Christmas feel any different when you don't have to go up? Wait a minute now, I jumped on Molly, I doubled. Let me open it back up. You go ahead, Molly.
Go ahead.
Hi, Carlos.
Hello, Miss Molly. How have you been? I haven't seen you in quite a while. Growing up big, and I bet you're ready for Christmas.
I am ready for Christmas. Are you ready for Christmas?
Either that's an awfully terrible delay, or I didn't catch any audio on that one there, Nick.
Carlos said that we needed to spell the audio.
Oh, is the audio not going through?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll try.
Why do you keep stickling my face?
KN6DAL, are you copying me?
It's working.
Okay. All right, that's enough horseplay. Back to you, Chris. KN6DAL.
Nick doesn't like sharing the spotlight. You know, he gets worried because Molly comes on and gets much higher ratings on YouTube than he does. I can understand it. So, Carlos, I was wondering, how is it to work every day? Is it feel a little bit? You've joined the non-working class?
Yeah, it's a little different, but it's hard to judge because everything's different this year. No, I've been, for those of you listening, I've been retired since the 30th of November, so still figuring this stuff out, but it is nice making my own schedule and pretty much working on projects, trying to stay home here with the COVID stuff going on, but I have been enjoying it. And it's nice. Get ready for Christmas. I don't have to rush around in between work hours trying to get everything ready. So we're ready and enjoying it. It's calm over this way.
Yeah, for those who haven't heard, W6CRP recently joined the retirement group out there after a lot of years working hard, and he's my hero because if you can get out early, retire while you're young, you get to enjoy it, and that's exactly what Carlos has done. So congratulations, man. That's a great Christmas gift in itself. Make the most of it, and man, most of all, I'm looking forward to us getting out for a ride sooner rather than later. We kept putting it off, so on the Harleys and going. I just saw a little new show up guy who does all the behind-the-scenes work for us. We talk about all of this fancy digital connections that we get to enjoy, and the master of that craziness, corralling the cats into a magic box, joined us, Mike WG5EEK.
Hey, yeah, this is Mike here, WG5EEK. I got a kitchen pass finally, so I'm here. I'm a little bit late, but better than never. So yeah, good to see all you guys. And so I've been watching the YouTube. I've been keeping up in the chat. So hopefully. Oh, now I'm saying, speak up. Hello, Greg. Hello. So hopefully I'm actually. And so it's a little dig at me there, but yeah, all having fun. So I hope everyone's having a good time. Yeah. So the site that wasn't loading quite, fluidly earlier, Nick, that you showed. The reason being is every time somebody connects, like it creates a line on a file, and it loads every single point on that map. So if you've connected like 20 times, it'll show 20 times on the same spot. So I had to go back and clean it. So it should be good now. If anybody wants to check that out. My good friend, best friend for like ever, Brandon down in Southern California, W86GHN, he coded almost every single thing on that website except for like the little landing page. But everything else that's on that site page and all the stuff that goes around on in the background besides Superman and All-Star, like he's coded a bunch of that stuff. So thank you, Brandon. And thanks for checking it out. It's really fun to just see that up on YouTube and see people checking it out. And it's just fun, like we're all doing some cool stuff. I don't really have a lot of plans for Christmas, but I think it's just going to be a nice family time, get some time off from work. I'm so happy for Carlos. He's got, like all the time in the world now. He can be on his radio 24/7. No, just kidding. Probably drive everybody nuts. But please come out more often. We love talking to you. We really missed you a whole lot, like for real, buddy. Like we've missed you. So I'll just turn it back over to you. This is Mike, WG5EEK.
Thanks for jumping in there, Mike, man. It's good to have you stop in tonight. I know you've been running like a crazy man, covering a lot of bases, but we appreciate everything you do for Northwest Ham Shack and 2 Meter Crew, and for Ham Radio TV, and for the Vaca Valley Radio Club, and most of all for what you do every day for our country, serving in the airport. So appreciate it, buddy. Let's see. Let's go back out to the airwaves and to the digital realm and see if we can get anybody else to jump in there for a check-in. I had an N6 and then it got cut off, but someone was checking in. Go ahead, station. Love to hear from you. CFI, it's Bert in Green Valley. How you guys doing?
Bert.
Hey, Bert, are you coming in on Fusion? Looks like you are, because I'm seeing... How you been, brother? You haven't seen you in a little while. From home, doing all that kind of stuff. I just got a IC718 in the mail today. Hooking it up or whatever right now, seeing how if it works, and because it was like in shipment for like over a week. I was like, I hope it's not broken by the time I get it. Ball band receiver, right? Are you trying to replace that old boat anchor that I gave you with a nice new radio? I want to keep that, the old boat anchor, because that is a good relic to have. I just more wanted to be able to use the digital modes with the newer radios, and without that kind of thing, without that kind of connection, it's harder to get around on it. But yeah, I hope to get like a single link or one of those easy digi things. I can't remember what it's called, but something like that, where you kind of build it yourself and hopefully connects to the computer. Very cool. Well, listen, now that I know you're on Fusion, I expect to see you showing up more regularly in the Contra Costa Fusion network. It's ContraCostaFusion.network on the internet to get the info, and good to hear from you. Who else is out there tonight looking to tell us what's going on, talk about Christmas? Nobody's mentioned the Grinch. Come on.
Chris Kringle? I thought I heard Chris Kringle out there. CMB? Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays. Just a real quick, nobody, not special, KN6KH.
N6VLF, eavesdropping.
Thanks, MRU. It's so good to hear you out here tonight. I've seen you out there on the Fusion Network pretty regularly, so great to hear your voice. And what about any Christmas plans? Anything good planned in Benicia for Christmas?
Well, gotta say it's gonna be pretty mellow. Going to be kind of hanging out, but definitely playing on the radio and enjoying that, and hopefully we'll get to do that. Hopefully the bands will be decent, but anyway, just had to chime in because really enjoying this Fusion network here. I have a 7250, and so really I need to have a repeater or a node to get into, and so this is really nice. Anyway, I will not tie it up, but thank you very much, and good evening to the Merry Christmas, everybody. KM6MRU, Chris here in Venetia. Back to you there.
Thanks again, Chris. Good to have you out here. Let me take a quick look at the clock. We're getting towards the 8 o'clock hour, so I do want to continue check-ins, but I know that it won't be long before Nick puts up the link to our Zoom room where we're going to have a after-hours Christmas party, and you're all invited. So anybody else out there looking to check in while we're still having our annual anti-net Christmas check?
6 FAK. Fusion.
AM6 FAK, so I guilted you into it. I was able to lure in one of the YouTubes, one of the greatest local hams here, world-renowned from Ham Radio TV. Jason, how are you tonight?
Yeah, good evening. Just playing a little fusion here. I got the 991A pointed to the Fairfield Fusion repeater, and then jumping down into Tim's cool network with Bobby and yourself. You know, hopefully in the next couple months we'll connect you guys with Brian for fusion stuff, and we'll see if we can expand what's going on with everything. Let's see, Christmas. Looking forward to it. Hopefully get some time off. I am on call for work, so that could be interesting. But I have an addiction. I've been buying too many things, and so I now have 2 Raspberry Pis, and I just now need to execute. One's going to be a Shack radio for logging an FT8, and then the other one, I bought a 3B. Thank you, Mike. I'm going to do a wireless All-Star node, so I figure I need to start buying my bits and pieces to make all that, so that's what I'll be up to. And 2021, well, I hope there's room for me on the in 2021. I am changing a few things, but more details to come. Great hearing you guys. KM6 FAK.
Promoting Jason here a little bit because our audience is probably a mere scratching of what he gets on a regular basis from his well-established Ham Radio TV. But for those that are listening, Jason's Ham Radio TV is a fantastic channel with such great content, and got Kevin VLF out there broadcasting with him, and they're bringing such awesome content week to week. And I know he's got more visions for 2021. He probably won't tell us too much, but man, some of the recent stuff's been so good, Jason. I really appreciate the time and effort you guys put into it, and also into the club, you know, into the Vacaville Radio Club. You know, I mean, you guys are obviously key members there. I'm already looking forward to Field Day again. What about you?
Yeah, Field Day in the summer. I'd like to do something for Winter Field Day, but that just might be 1 or 2 people. Probably not a big thing. That'll be the last weekend of January. Also, kind of a big announcement around the corner. I can't let too many of the cats out of the bag. Be familiar with Twit this week in tech, out of Leo Laporte's studio in Petaluma. But there's going to be some new guests showing up on that show on a regular basis, and also new faces stopping in from time to time. So Ham Radio is about to take over in a lot of big ways.
Well, you guys heard it here. Back a little bit of inside info coming out of Jason joining us. Thanks, Jason, for checking in. We definitely need to get you back on the video chat. I know you've been super busy. We understand that you haven't been able to check in recently, but always good to have you out here. Who else we got? We're going to check in tonight. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Who's out there?
For letting me know we're on Fusion. I could
could not figure it out. But I thought I heard Chris Kringle out there, N6CMB. Chris Kringle, how you doing tonight? KN6K.
KN6KH. Eric, how are you, young man? Did you cook yourself something good tonight? I know you did. You always do, which has me curious. What is a guy like you that's always doing some epic cooking, and we hear about it regularly on the local repeaters here. He rubs it in on this fantastic stuff that he's cooking himself. What are you going to make yourself for Christmas dinner this year?
Dinner, well, that's a good question. I haven't really gotten that far. Probably some lamb. Lamb's always good. I like the lamb. I haven't got that far, but yeah, I was going to do the chicken tonight. I haven't got that far either. But yeah, lamb is always a good one. There's lots of goodies out there. Yeah, I didn't think of that, but oh, dang it, you got me unprepared. But yeah, it's all in the mix.
Well, Eric, thanks for joining in tonight. It's always good to hear you, especially out on the Fusion Network. All right, I'm going to go another check. We're still getting check-ins, so let's go ahead and see if anybody else is out there doing their annual Christmas check-in.
N6VLF. 7 Tango Sierra Yankee from St. George, Utah. Checking in on Echolink.
Yeah, I'm going to take, I believe, a station out of Utah first.
Yeah, hello there. This is Sean out of St. George, Utah, W7TSY. First time checking in here, and I'm on Echolink, and appreciate you doing the net. As far as Christmas goes, nothing big plans. Got a few family members I'm going to meet up with, and looking to buy a new dual band 2 meter, 70 centimeter handheld. Right now I just have a Baofeng and got a mobile Kenwood, but want to try to get a better handheld. So that's pretty much all I got. Thanks for doing the net. Back to you.
Thanks, Sean. It's good to have someone checking in from a little further away. We like getting those stations from away. I hope you become a regular here. A lot of handhelds to choose from out there. Normally, I would tell you to go get yourself a nice Icon, but I've become quite friendly with these Acer's FT70P and the FT3, and they're great for joining a Fusion network, which we've got a good one going out here. We'd love to have you out there. So good luck in the shopping and enjoy the Christmas. We had another station that came in around the same time as we did the Utah station that doubled up. Who's out there looking to check in for a Merry Christmas?
This is N6VLF. Next time I have to use my my kilowatt 2 meter amplifier and my kilowatt Fusion amplifier. Anyways, hope everybody's doing good. Just listening to the net tonight, and not a whole lot to add. And yeah, we got some pretty interesting stuff we're working on for the new year, and I hope people enjoy it. Nice to hear everybody. N6VLF.
You see, that's like my Christmas present. Kevin checked in on the anti-net, man. That's a Christmas present for everybody. Hey, I just normally would tell you your audio's terrible and rub it in, but you sound glorious tonight, Kevin. So obviously you've got your audio squared away and everything working perfect as usual. So it's good to hear from you. And are you staying local for Christmas? Or are you going to travel to visit family, or do you have anybody coming into town? I know everybody's Got the lockdown blues, unfortunately. What do you got planned?
Oh, my daughter and her boyfriend are coming in for Christmas, and most of our family's going to be here. So we're going to be here, and then I might catch if I can, I might catch a flight and go. And my son's moving into a new house in Texas, so I might go help him for a couple days if the time works out. But we'll see. But we will be here for Christmas with the family.
Well, if you head to Texas, it sounds like you better pack your tool belt. I know how that is. I used to get my dad to come help me every time I moved into a new place, so I'm sure he's got some work list lined out for you to work on. Speaking of Christmas, now a week from now, if I'm not mistaken, we'd be falling right on Christmas Eve. Is that right? Nick, what do you think about the next meeting of the Anti-Net? Are we going to jump a week, or what are we planning?
Yeah, I think Christmas Eve is probably a no-go, so we'll pick it up just after Christmas. And one other thing that I wanted to mention while I got the mic here is I did see a note that talked a little bit about how Santa does make an appearance from time to time on the HF bands. So for those of you that have anybody that wants to have a conversation with Santa, I did post a little bit further up in the stream comments on. Let me see if I can find that again. Yeah, it looks like he's on a couple of different places, but the most popular place he hangs out is on 80 meters, 3.916 megahertz at 7:15 Central Time. So if you got an HF radio and you got any kids that want to say hi to Santa, I hear he hangs out on the HF band. So who would have thought that Santa Claus is a ham radio operator as well? So how cool is that? Just thought I'd throw that out there. If anybody didn't catch that link and wants it, just post it in the comments. So I'll pass it back to you, Chris. KN6DAL.
W4MAF question.
Go ahead, question.
Hey, gang. W4MAF Mike in Richmond, Virginia. So Christmas Eve, you're foregoing that. Does that mean there might be a anti-net New Year's Eve net? Just figured I'd ask, since that's exactly 1 week away from Christmas Eve.
Well, seeing as pretty much everywhere in the country is shut down and can't go out and do anything on Christmas Eve or on New Year's Eve anyway, I don't see why we can't do it on New Year's Eve. What does the gang think?
Sounds fair enough to me. Just wanted to ask. I'll try and make it.
Minute, just we can run it and see who shows up.
I see no problem. I'm around.
I would definitely join. Good. For maybe one for Miss folks that are looking for, and so I'm gonna do one. We're in going on the second. The smoke going on. Let's go one more time out there. And who do we miss? All right, Christmases and holiday scenes. Please join us in a Zoom room. I will kind of kick but after that.
Hey Chris, why don't I key you up for the last bit of it? We're having a little bit of issues with something kicking the signal on and off and on and off.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, all right. So pick up where you left off. I'll key you in now.
Okay, folks, I'm not sure if you got the last of it there. Just trying to close things out. We're going to try to get everybody into Zoom now. The more you, the merrier. So hopefully that link is going up into the show notes or the chat feed or whatever we call it. I'm looking forward to getting you all in here to have a little chat, a little more merry, fun Christmas talk, maybe even some geeky ham radio talk as well. So come and join us. I'll leave Nick to let us out the door.
All right, thanks a lot, Chris. And if hopefully we see everybody on New Year's Eve, and I hope everybody has an awesome Christmas. We'll say 7-3 and let the repeaters breathe for a little while. Everybody have a great night, and we'll see you in Zoom. KN6DAL. All right.
Yeah, I don't think there were any major audio disasters. I think it was coming across all right from what I could hear, and we'll go back and forth.
No, it actually sounded really good. Towards the end there, something happened where the computer, or I'm sorry, one of the repeaters was just kicking, and Mike had said earlier it was an all-star. Did you see anything going on there, Mike?
Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on. It just, like you said, towards the end, it was cutting in and out. But before, like around 6:30, when I linked everything, it sounded great. There was a nice QSO going on. It sounded perfect. I don't know what happened towards the end. Maybe there was just, I don't know, too many connections going on. Not sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to put the Zoom link over on the Discord? I think there's some folks over there who want to come.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you guys can post.
I got it.
All that anywhere. Justin was
Is
saying
it on
it
the YouTube? I don't see it on the YouTube.
I posted like 3 times.
I posted it 3 times too.
I've posted it 3 times on YouTube.
Not showing up. I see it on my end.
I never saw Mike's or Nick's.
That's weird.
Okay, we got one person here.
You know what? I don't see it either. I don't see the Zoom link there either. Scrolling through.
You guys may not have the right authority. Well,
I would hope Nick has the right authority on his own YouTube to.
I don't even know how authority works.
Well, only high-level people can see it.
Can you see that link? I just did a short version.
Well, Mike,
last thing I see,
because I'm not seeing it.
Unknown user, maybe
Testing.
he doesn't like links.
What about that? I put testing and then I immediately typed it out. Does that work?
Okay, both of us have posted it in Discord.
Nothing.
Did you post, Mike?
didn't show up. But I do have a couple people coming in here.
Tell you what, I'm gonna just put the link.
Oh, the info.
Just the actual link.
We'll just keep throwing it in there until we get it.
Did that link come through?
No.
No.
The last thing I see is my post at 8:10. It says Chris Brown, we're working on the link.
I see we're working on it.
I don't see anything else.
I think YouTube's stopped cross-posting.
Yeah.
It might not allow links. So we can put the Zoom details, though.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did crap like that.
Wow.
Well, it's a hacking attempt. That's the hard part. Is there's a lot of stuff on cross-posts that is a huge issue right now.
Well, that's
I get it, Justin. You ruin it for all of us, huh? You've been hacking again on YouTube, dude. You've been hacking the tube again, dude.
I can neither confirm nor deny. Hey, did that come through?
Well, they're still listening on YouTube. So, folks on the YouTube, you're hearing it live. We're having trouble trying to get you the link, get you in here to the Zoom.
Did that show up? Well, with all the spaces spaced out, people can.
I see nothing from Mike.
Did anybody see meeting ID? I just posted just a copy and paste of the meeting ID and the passcode.
That doesn't show either.
That is trippy.
Thanks, YouTube.
Did you pay the bill? Did you pay
I
the
would
bill?
warn. I would warn you guys that Nick's going to get demonetized, but there's no monetization.
Yeah, I'm
He's
not,
gonna make money first.
You can't get less than 0. They might just start charging you or something, right?
I don't know how to post it so that people can see it. Here, I have an idea.
Just
I
tell
got
them to
an
go
idea.
over to
I
Discord.
just refreshed and reposted. Maybe our sites were old.
How about the Discord link? Will that work?
Discord should be up there and working. I saw Mike posted it and I reposted it too.
Yeah, I think I saw Aaron come in too there he is.
Okay.
I think Greg's
Did
in
either
there
of
too.
those
yeah.
come through on YouTube?
How about
Right.
that?
I'm just thinking for anybody who might not have the Discord invite, we might want to send that.
Yeah,
so that
but
they-
here's what I'll do. I will
Send the
take-
Discord link and see if they'll let you do that one.
So it's a good reminder. You all need to join Discord and get on there. And I got 4 thumbs up for the video. Like, are you guys mouses broken or what? Like,
I've got 15.
what happened? 15.
I see 15.
I see 14.
Am I like behind?
I see 15, and
You
I
got
was one
15?
of them too. I was one of them myself. So
Ah, there's 16.
oh, they're
Thumbs up.
16 now.
Yeah, there's 16 now.
Did my stuff come through? It says I like literally typed it out.
There's 18.
I see you having bit.ly and
I've got
Type-
4 thumbs up.
Type
is all
in
I'm
bit
showing.
period ly and
Isn't
then
that weird?
last
There we
part,
got Bert.
or flash that last part should come in.
Maybe I'm watching a different YouTube channel.
You could
does
be.
this say Ham Radio
And also,
TV?
what's the
Is
Discord
someone
channel?
trying-
Oh yeah,
Working against
unknown user wants it.
Yeah,
Well, there
we're-
comes Bert. So he figured it out.
YouTube's working.
there you go.
against
We
it.
have to force everybody to join our Discord server.
There you go. There you go.
It's a 6-step process to
Right.
get into this Zoom
Writing on
meeting.
paper.
So,
Look at
so
Jim.
Jim Dale says, write it on a paper and hold it up to the camera.
Yeah, right.
You see
How do
that?
I- just share
Yeah,
my-
I'll put my social security and my my PIN number up there too while I'm at it. You know.
Precious.
Greg, are you you hanging in some nameless hotel in the middle of nowhere?
That's exactly what I'm doing.
How many miles a day you getting under your belt?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm probably gonna do like 700, 800 miles a day or something.
Crank it up.
Doing what, dude? What are you doing?
Driving.
Cross country Jeep trip, man. Come on.
Oh.
700
go.
miles a day that's a big day.
I got to do the math, but yeah, I mean, I'm driving 10 hours of actual behind the wheel time. You know, averaging 70 miles an hour. That's like 700 miles a day.
Well,
What are you sharing, Nick?
I'm sharing. I'm sharing the meeting ID.
Smart guy.
Yes, hackworthy right there.
There we go.
That's the end of this video of you making it onto YouTube.
that's right.
Yeah, there you go.
I need no more of this.
Thanks for nothing. There we go.
Hey,
If
let me,
that,
let me
that's
have
gonna
them on.
make
I got a
all.
really short link, and it's really easy. They can just type it in and click on it.
So
Hold up
everybody
the
get
cam-
that. If you just go to your Zoom and you follow that meeting ID and then put in Christmas, they'll $20 from your bank account will get
Right.
deposited to the Northwest Ham Shack, and you'll be allowed into. No, I'm
Yeah,
just
the
kidding.
funny thing
Definitely
is
free
the
to go
meeting
to-
idea is the same thing as Nick's credit card right there. You
Yeah.
gotta guess the other 5 digits, but
Yeah.
Chris, do you want another repeater?
What was that security code? Was that 063?
Yeah, there you go. It's actually a link. It's a free subscription, but we need 2 credit cards. Just just put the information in.
Very good thinking, Nick. I'm impressed, man. You're a
I gotta
hacker.
look at my All-Star. I'm showing up as the null node on Mike's when I connect to Mike's All-Star link. I connected to a couple of his nodes and they're all null.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It must be an all-star problem.
I did hear someone commented in the chat that Echo Link was solid tonight.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, some of it was a little hot.
I was listening on whose repeater am I on here?
Yeah,
Who
Mike,
ends with,
if you had an equalizer, would you be able to use it to balance those things out?
No, it's all digital. It's all
Oh,
code.
okay. Got it.
The Echo Link was a little bit hot. That was probably me because I used to do play-by-play, and I had the phone like this. So
it'd be really cool if, since all these other, like, I don't know, audio players like MP3 player and all that have audio equalization, you would think by now, like, all these digital modes would have something like that, like just real-time equalization. But I was talking with Brandon in the Discord, and like, yeah, we're kind of flabbergasted that something like that doesn't exist already.
It's because of the codecs, and there's too many variables on what sound you actually want to have, right? So like, if there's a noise in your signal and that's on the high end, you don't want that there. So to automatically equalize that can get kind of funky, and then that depends on what your compression algorithm is doing to make that stuff happen, which is why different things sound funny. Because the funny part was, I'm on, I think, Chris's Fusion, and Chris didn't sound as good as Michael from Carmichael did coming into the Fusion repeater.
Wow.
Yeah, and Michael coming in was super hot for me.
Oh wow.
Like I literally had my volume like on 1 with Michael, because he was that loud.
He had the most fidelity of anybody I heard tonight, and I was just listening on the FT70 on this little thing, right? So, but that's the difference, right? It depends on what we're all listening to. I'm listening on a little HT handy talkie versus normally, I'd be on a bigger speaker and mic. So it all varies, and that's the hard part, is getting that all to balance.
Hey, Aaron Smith, W6AEF. Is that you been on before, Aaron? I don't know if I recognize you or
you were in Vegas the last time I was on, and between my wrangling kids and trying to hop on to say hello to everybody and popping off for dad duty, I make it when I can. Yeah, second time on.
Cool, man. Good to have you here.
Yeah.
Sorry I missed you last time.
I think we hear Aaron over on the Fusion repeaters too. I hear you
he's
on
on
Fusion
Fusion.
all the time.
That's why I'm getting You've been over on the Fusion network, haven't you?
Yeah, he's in Aaron in Moraga.
Yeah, that's my. I sit here. I do insurance all day. Not super sexy, but I keep the radios on for entertainment along with the scanner, so it keeps me honest.
How long have you been an operator?
This car behind your house, right?
Yeah, so I ride my bike back there, and it's literally, I don't, if you've ever seen the movie Deliverance, everybody's seen the movie Deliverance, right? It's that's what it's like back there. There's no cell service, a bunch of redwood trees, and super windy. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh God, that's like 2 miles away. And, I figured you speed around a little bit and, it's very easy to turn the car. But yeah.
How long have you been an operator, Aaron? When did you get your tech license?
September 2020.
Okay.
September of 2020?
And did you get your general the same time?
Next month.
The next month. So you just went month. Boom, boom, boom.
And then I got my extra in November.
Yeah. So big round of applause on that, man. I mean,
So people ask me, I kind of goes both ways, right? It's like, it's kind of like when you graduate from college, do you go straight to graduate school or do you go work, right? And for me, it was all about, right? So it's just, if you have momentum and you have the interest, why stop the momentum? So I just kept going, right? I was studying after my kids go to bed, putting the time, and I like you, Nick, I was like emergency comms, off-road, and then it just opened up this whole host of falling in love with it. And I'm like, well, why stop? So do I know, I'm just learning all this stuff. It's like a marathon. But for me, it's like, I don't want to worry about, am I in the right band? Or, am I going to get in trouble? It's just like, keep the momentum going, knock it out. So I don't have to worry about it because I've already got that motivation to do it. And then, from now it's exploring Pi, this, digital, that. Hey, Mike, what does this mean? Greg, I have no idea what an all-star node is. Help me out. Or Tim, I'm like, Tim. So for me, that's, it was kind of a quick progression, but it was more for me like an this is your ticket in. And then from there you just start. That's when the real learning starts, the hands-on stuff. So I took that approach.
I feel so lazy now.
I ended up signing up for MDARK's running some classes later in the year, so I'm going to take my extra with MDark later in the year. I did all right on the first two. I did, had no problem, but I'm like, I'll take the help on the extra test, and I'll go ahead and take the class and then take it, and that way I know I'll get.
When is that extra class starting, Chris?
It is later in the year. I want to say August. It's pretty late in the year before it starts, but Carlos, I'll send you the details if you want to check it out.
There's some little tips and stuff about like the way they do the questions and keywords that like spurious is used. Like if you see the word spurious, like that's the answer, right? So there are tips to pass the test, and then there are tips to like, I have the books to like learn it. So there were some interesting tips that or like all the right answers or all the wrong answers start with W, and the right answer does not start. So there are little tips and tricks that I found were super helpful.
It wasn't enough for Nick to just pass the test. He had to become a test giver or whatever. What do they call it?
My volunteer. I get a volunteer examiner. That's honestly not a terrible process. It does take quite a bit of time. Like just the waiting game. It's like a 6 to 8 week turnaround. But in all honesty, that would I would recommend that to anybody that's general or above. It's a great opportunity just to have something in your back pocket where you might be able to lend a hand at some point, or it doesn't expire as long as you have your license, and it gives you an opportunity to maybe help administer a test. Maybe somebody needs your help at some point, and you can just say, yeah, I'll be there, no problem.
I did the same thing. If it was open book, I mean, all the answers, it's like a 20, 50, whatever it is. It's super simple, and it's all open book.
So who's talked to Santa on HF? Does he know CW, or does he just phone?
I don't know. Molly talked to him last year, and that was super cool.
Why does Santa not like folks with tech licenses, man? What's up with that?
He wants them to move forward. That's what's up with that.
Yeah, right.
He wants you to become a general.
Nick, I was kind of thinking about that, if that might be a cool thing late this year, but maybe next year the 2 Meter Crew sees if we can't host a Santa night on one of the local repeaters.
That would be absolutely cool.
That would be super cool.
I'd be totally willing to help put something together for that. There's a lot of kids out here, and there's a lot of dads that are just itching for a way to incorporate them, and moms to get them incorporated into ham radio. And sometimes it can be hard because just like earlier today, before the Antinet even started, Molly had just grabbed a radio, and it's her radio, but she had turned it on, and every time, and I have it programmed to an FRS frequency, but every time you key up the FRS frequency, it goes berserk on the node radio. Right. so I'm using that, and I was like, Molly, you gotta let me know when you want to play around, and I can start shutting some stuff off, because it can't handle the Northwest Ham Shack can't handle all of it at the same time. It's got to pick and choose. It's a fickle little creature. Yeah.
On the node radio.
Well, no, it's miles apart.
Brandon Kelly, KK6 GFO. Brandon, you out there?
I think he said he was dealing with the customer earlier. He said he was coming on. I saw him over on.
I see him on. I just haven't heard him chime in. And then RJM showed up as well. I don't know if he's got the audio connected or not.
If any of you guys, by the way, want to learn CW and you really want to learn it, Ron Lutringer, K6XC, who checked in the Fusion through D-Star today. He's got a DMR repeater at his house. He lives in North Concord by the BART station up in the mountain, or not mountain, but hill. So he's got pretty good elevation. But Ron is one of the best CW ops probably in the country. So he could give some pointers on how to develop, speed and.
I think Tim might have the best audio out here tonight. He sounded pretty good.
I better.
Sounding great.
I don't know. You're going to need to spend another $2,000.
I have $12,000 worth of equipment to produce this audio. It better sound pristine.
I don't think you went far enough. I think you're going to need to spend another $2,000,
these
It wasn't
guys.
anywhere near 12,000, but it just seemed like a good number.
But it meeting us and getting involved with this has not been kind on Tim's wallet because
Oh, jeez.
he's made a few investments himself to get caught up with camera. You know those
God.
cameras over his shoulder over there and everything.
Well, I am looking at Tim Shack over there when he talks and he comes up. I'm kind of wondering what all that gear is off to the right there, man.
That's the small
Here?
wall.
So all
a virtual
of this right
background.
here is audio equipment for this microphone.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So the thing on the top here that's lit, which I've got bypassed, is my mic preamp, and it's a thing called a TC Helicon, and it's the VoiceWorks, but it's in a package called the Voice Live, and what it's for is for recording people, artists who can't sing.
Oh, it's like an auto-tune.
This will correct it. So it'll auto-tune. It'll add harmony. It'll correct pitch. It'll add reverb. I mean, it'll do anything you want it to do. And there's a couple of hundred presets. I have it in crooner mode. Now I've got it bypassed because
Tim, why don't you sing a song for us, dude? Come on, sing
well,
a
yeah.
song.
So what I've
Let's
done
do
for the
this,
last couple of years, well, actually the last 7 years, is I have listened to a YouTube track, and I mix my audio with the YouTube track. So, for instance, Josh Groban and I do a duet. Now, he doesn't know we're doing this, but if you say 100% of the audio, probably 75% is him and all of his orchestra and his harmonies and all of that, and 25% of that combined signal is me. And I did this for my sister the other day on a Zoom call, and she said, "That's you, isn't it?" I said, "Yeah." "I didn't think you could sing." "Well, I can't, but with this equipment, anyone can." And then that goes into a thing called a Motu device, which is a Thunderbolt device that's audio. So it's all XLR and quarter-inch stuff. So there's no USB microphones any longer here.
Tim,
They were humming.
are you able to bring up your other camera that shows your other wall of goodness on your left, I think?
Yes.
But Tim told me the other day he's got 10 3D FT 3Ds on order to add to the collection back there.
No, it's 12. It's all the soldiers.
Yeah.
But the real question is, any of that really going to fix Rob or Nick's hairline? I just don't know.
It's not going to fix mine either. So.
Probably not.
How's it
What are you
going
talking
there,
about? Mine's
YKX?
perfect, dude. Mine's perfect, man.
Hey, be easy there now.
Guys,
You know, God only made a few perfect heads. The rest he covered with hair, dude.
that's right. You don't
Well,
want to.
I'll take all my flowing locks. So perfect or not.
Just
Hey,
Bird.
Rob,
Look at that
you're right
Sasquatch,
side up.
dude.
I cut all mine off for lockdown. Rob, what's going on? We haven't seen you in a while.
I know. Well, I just want to say you don't want to waste all your testosterone on growing hair, right?
Hey, I got to make up for something somewhere. So
Hey, your beard is looking great, Justin.
Yeah, you
That
have
is
enough to go
majestic.
around.
Oh, there's
You
Tim.
can-
Take a look
I'm
real
telling
quick
you,
at Tim.
I guarantee
Tim
you he's
is
got
really
like 2 bell fangs hidden in that thing, dude. He'll just pull them out at any time.
So if you
Wow.
guys,
realistically, the 70 fits better. That's kind of what it is, though. Like, see, it just kind of, there we go.
I had it.
did you just pull that out of your beard? Holy mackerel!
Hey, you can't fit a 70 up in your beard? You can't pull that out of your beard?
Oh, that's impressive.
Tim, what do you got going over there, man? I see like
Yeah,
four.
go back to that view, Tim.
I see
So this
four
is the
cameras
HF
going.
station.
Yeah, now we're talking, right?
So this is the HF station on this side of the room. And,
Oh, wow.
So the desk that I'm at now used to be my work desk. So
now we're talking, right?
So this I never had any radios at my work desk, and I've been retired since '08. So it was literally just the other, about a month ago, as I got involved in Fusion, I said, why am I not putting radios at this desk where I spend a whole lot more time? I said, well, that's stupid. I don't, because you need to have, as Aaron knows, if you're working from home, you really have to have a discipline that you're not playing. In other words, when you're working, you're working. The fact that you're home, it doesn't matter. That's your office, and you have to be responsible to, whether it's the customers or the companies or whatever it is, you have to work. So, but now I don't have to worry about that. So now I got radios on both sides of the house. But over on the HF station, it's a ICOM 7700, and there's a 9100 there, and then there's some VHF, UHF 1200 stuff over here, and some audio stuff that's there that blends with that. And then over on that, to the left of the station, is the new equipment rack that's got the Fusion repeater. There's a DMR repeater there. There's my All-Star node, which I dug out of the garage because of Mike and the guys are all on our All-Star. I said, I got All-Star. I got All-Star in the corner in the garage someplace. I got to get
that's the 2-meter crew rack, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Do you run any power, Tim?
I have a kilowatt. I have a PW1 amp. It's a kilowatt from 6 meters to 160.
Nick, Carlos, you taking notes on all this? This is kind of the direction you need to head, brother. It's,
exactly. Can you just
no cracking any cold ones until at least noontime. That's like a retirement rule as well.
Or you just change the brand. So if your cold ones are these, you can drink them all day. So
yes,
doesn't matter.
Wait, there's a time limit on this?
There's a born on date.
It's 5 p.m. somewhere all the time, dude.
All the time. That's exactly right.
So there's a few of us that haven't gotten our All-Star nodes up and going, and I think I screwed up the last scheduled Zoom meeting. We're gonna have like a Zoom meeting where we all get our gear out and try to assemble one. If we can get Mike to help us out. You've been showing that thing, but it doesn't get built into anything.
I have the same problem as you. It's the, hey, cool, we're going to meet about it. Oh, wait, it's a Raspberry Pi with a dongle.
So I don't know. I think
Raspberry Pi.
We should definitely do it. You guys just you got to get a rim, like one of those rim lights or something. It's not super hard. I mean, Mike's doing all kinds of crazy shit, though, but
I'm not
just
doing
the All-Star node. What are you going?
We're doing the USB dongle. We're going
you're gonna run the little sound card. You're gonna edit that thing.
Yep. Because the trick is the problem with the rim is you have to have a radio that's actually got a DB9 on the back of it, right?
Not really. I don't have one.
Oh. No, you don't.
My
you can tie into the discriminator.
Yeah, my node is actually run off of a TK840, dude, like an old ass Kenwood. We opened it up. Actually, Kevin, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm smart enough to get this done. Kevin turned my $30 radio into a $900 radio when he spent like 5 hours working on it, dude. But,
you can.
I got another TK840.
That's my struggle with it, though. That's what makes that too complicated. If you use the sound card and you trigger the PTT, that's what makes this a simple project. That's what makes it something somebody's going to want to go and achieve, right? Like, hey, look, I can take my radio, the same radio that I might want to put my mic back into because I'm, if you're beginning in that realm of things, right? Like, that's the beauty to it, is instead of trying to make the end piece, start with the simple thing. Start with the piece that works with whether it's the Baofeng or whether it's the little, base station.
That'd be dope, actually, if we got together and actually started like editing those little sound cards, those little $12 sound cards, because I don't know how to do that myself. I've got 2 rims. Actually, I'm running my APRS out of Vacaville. Is off of like a Mark III Alinco with the Alinco rim, and then my All-Star node is also a rim light, dude.
Hey,
I know there's
Justin,
a lot of ways to do this, but that would be cool to know how to do that sort of stuff.
Now, Jason today said
here's another way to do it.
There we go.
Is you get a Motorola Mobile, and you can pick these up on eBay for probably $100. And you need somebody with a programming cable and software, and the discriminator and all the things that you need, audio, push-to-talk, everything is programmable to this connector.
The DB9, right?
Well, it's not a DB9. It's a proprietary. It's like a Molex type of thing that's got 2, 4, 6, 8,
and 7, 3
about 18 pins or something.
See you later, Carlos. Have a good night.
So again, you can buy one of these. Are you leaving, Carlos?
Good seeing you.
Congratulations on the retirement. Did you retire from the service?
No, from Chevron, local.
Oh,
retirement.
well, okay. Well,
Ran
thank
out
you
of
for
gas.
that
Hey, Carlos,
also.
you got to tell us about your trip, your vacation. Did you catch any fish, dude?
I didn't catch a damn thing.
Oh.
It still didn't matter.
He caught a nap and a buzz, dude, huh?
There you go.
Yeah, I kind of blew my back out, my sciatica down my right hip, and it's been killing me. And I don't even know what I did, but I did it the day before that trip. So went up there with my kid and his friends and nephews and all that, and they did pretty good. They caught some very nice fish. I think their big one was about a 4.8 pound Eagles Lake trout. And then
Nice.
a couple in the
Sounds
threes, and then a lot
delicious.
of 2.5 pounders. I made it out and fished one morning. Didn't get a thing, and the next day I kind of just hung back at the cabin and cooked dinner. Got all that going for them, so I could stretch out in the chair. I was hurting pretty good, but it was nice. It was a beautiful area. So
Hey, Justin.
Where do you live?
Walnut Creek.
Oh, okay. All right. Are you on Fusion yet?
No, I'm the old guy that stays analog in this group.
No, wait. You're not as old as I am, so nowhere
and
near
Rob,
it.
you've got FT8. You can't say you're analog. You don't have
That's
FT8,
right.
Rob?
You are digital.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Like a tiny bit, but
Rob, you caved?
I tried it to see if it would work, and it did.
He
And
didn't
it
inhale,
worked well,
though.
huh?
He didn't
He
inhale.
didn't inhale.
But I did inhale.
I don't know.
Because, Carlos, you'd have Fusion repeaters literally all around you right now that you'd be able to work into with a handheld. So
Actually, that's one of the things I was looking at was the little
I'll be
Yates
right back, guys.
handheld to get into there to get started. So,
yeah, one of the people, somebody mentioned tonight, hotspots and those kinds of things, and the hotspots are wonderful, but the thing that people should keep in mind or just be conscious of is that a repeater owner invests a fair sum of money to put a repeater on the air for the purpose of people using it, and so the satisfaction they get or the ego stroke or whatever it might be is the fact that people are using the equipment, and the owner of the repeater feels good about that. And so if everybody says, oh, this is great, and they immediately go out and buy a hotspot and they're never on the repeater again, I mean, it's kind of like, well, why did I go through this? And it's, and I've seen this happen, and this has happened to me twice, first with D-Star and then with DMR, and it will happen with Fusion also, and I know that, but it's okay, and the audio is not as good coming through the hotspots as it is natively on Fusion, whether you're coming in via a repeater or a wires node. So
I told you to put your card in.
Well, Tim, you let me know when your repeater has a footprint that will reach me, and I will jump in RF every time.
probably next Tuesday or Wednesday.
It's going to have an 800-mile footprint.
It'll have a 2,250 mile footprint.
RF. Linked to HF?
Nope.
How do you figure?
Not distance. He's talking square miles, and you're talking.
No,
straight.
no, I'm not talking square miles. I'm talking a radius of around 2,256 miles.
Okay, I'm curious now because one of my reasons I'm an analog guy. I just did a 2,000 mile trip to Salt Lake City, down to southern Utah, and then back through Highway 50, Nevada, and there's not much out there, including cell phones.
So for it to have that kind of footprint, the user has to be at 31,000 feet.
Oh.
So
that's easy. That's easy.
Well, I mean, so you get up on a plane and you got that kind of coverage. I mean, what's the problem? You didn't say, Nick, that it had to have it at ground elevation.
There's nothing at.
There's a curvature of the Earth. I mean, come on, you guys have studied this.
Yes, yes.
The RF falls off. You have to get above it.
So,
Nick,
well,
the
I'm gonna just
answer
jump in my
is-
hot air balloon, dude. No problem.
The
That
answer,
works.
Nick, is you need a repeater up there to
Good
get
night,
linked
you
in with
guys.
the Fusion.
I know,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
so second,
Molly would want one.
so
She
second
deserves
question-
one. That's how I'm gonna sell it. Molly deserves a new repeater system.
Just put it under the Christmas tree.
Molly
for her.
does.
I
Yeah,
love it.
that's right.
Have her open it. Oh, look what I got.
Put a bow and her name on it. Oh, Dad, look what I got. Oh my God.
Oh, bring it on out to the garage. I'll help you set it up, honey.
Sweetheart, I got you some. I got you some cans to,
You
separate
need
our
a, you need a
X and ZX.
duplexer. Remember that. You need a duplexer.
Yeah.
Molly got a
And somebody
duplexer for
that knows how to tune it.
Yeah.
Like
She's too old. If you've got younger kids, you can just give them the cardboard box, and that's a great gift. And you can keep the repeater. You know.
Oh yeah.
My 10-year-old's still like that. I'm like, what do you want for Christmas, dude? He goes, like a controller for the PS4. I'm like, that's like $40, dude. Cool, easy.
Yeah,
Easy.
absolutely.
Well, we've got two Berts in here. What's going on, Bert One?
Yeah, we got Bert 1 and 2.
You're linked up twice.
The one downstairs, I had to get away from it, and then because I had.
Oh, you are linked up twice.
Yeah.
And then he jumped into space
jumped
shuttle.
in-
Jumped
and
into
took
his-
off.
This is the same guy. It's like, wow, you look so different. It's like, you guys don't even look. You don't even look related.
Rob, what did you say you had a radio that you were repairing? What did you break? You were talking about tearing some radio apart, power supply. You dumped a cup of coffee down it or something. What were you fixing recently? Yes,
Who
you, Rob.
talking to? Oh, okay. Yeah. That was my ICOM 746. No water damage or anything. It's got like those Molex connectors for. It's got the ICOM power supply that plugs in, but those little connectors, if they don't have a good contact, it starts arcing, and it melted all the plastic in those connectors. It melted together, and I'd seen some pretty bad pictures of that little sub card or whatever getting burned up and everything. So I didn't have that. I just I was able to disconnect some of them and cut back and re-terminate some
She's gonna
others.
put it on you, buddy. There you go.
There we go.
There we go.
Hey, Rob, what's your call sign, dude?
Sack of shit. Oh, look, I got a second.
That's better than coal.
That's
Yeah,
absolutely.
You've been a good boy this
That's your
year.
stocking? I love it.
Do you guys know why one of Santa's little helpers was depressed?
Oh, but you're going to tell us.
He had low self-esteem.
Don't
I'm
do
gonna-
that anymore, man.
Restrict
Don't
those
do that
corny
anymore,
jokes
dude.
for Discord.
I'll have to tell Molly that.
But wait, there's way more.
Hey, Rob, what's your call sign, bro?
KM6YKX.
KM6YKX. I'm sure I've seen you around. I just trying to put the call sign together with the name.
Yep, I'm Rob in Auburn,
Oh,
KM6YKX.
you're the Auburn guy. You're the guy who got that guy online, right? The guy who flipped over the other day.
Yeah, the rollover car guy. Is that
You
what
were
you're
the
talking about?
guy. Oh, okay. Yeah. Over in Moraga.
We met that guy, right? We met the guy.
Well, no, this is a different one. So the guy.
That's a different rollover?
Yeah, the guy who was on tonight, he's the guy who saw the rollover and talked to Nick in Washington. And since
Okay.
then, Rob took a call from a rollover, and I guess you relayed it, Rob?
I had to wrestle it away from 3-3 to relay.
You had to get them to
Yes, I listened to that, dude. I
was
listened to
like,
that.
Get out the way!
There was a guy on there that night who was like, I totally heard that on the radio. And you're like, dude, hey, lay off for a second or something like that. Something like that. I remember you telling somebody to hang back so that you could get the info and relay it. It was awesome. Actually, Tim, if you talk to Jason or look at the Discord, Jason's Discord, the Ham Radio Discord, he posted it because he's got it on Broadcastify. So he's got Rob actually managing this. Excellent, dude. Excellent job, by the way.
Do you
dude.
think there's
Excellent
anything?
fucking job.
You think there's any truth to the? I don't want to call it a rumor, but because I don't know if it's a rumor or a fact, but some people are propagating that the rollovers are are happening more frequently, having something to do with 3-3. Like that somehow 3-3 and the activity on 3-3 is responsible for these people rolling over.
Gravity.
And I'm wow, were they hams that are rolling over? And I don't think there are.
That dude was lucky he was a ham, actually.
I think it has something to do with the negative energy or something.
If
I
you
don't
notice,
know.
that guy Aaron who was on here earlier, that guy who turned tech to general
Right.
to extra in 3 months, he lives a couple of miles away from that spot where where that guy was.
Yeah, it was interesting. I kind of looked at it and everything. The timing all made sense after I looked at it. Turns out there's a fire station that was within like 0.8 miles away from the rollover location, approximately.
Do you think it was a training incident? Do you think this
No,
was all staged?
no. This guy, he rolled over, and it's very steep and hilly switchbacks, little twisty road, very steep canyons.
And he was listening to 3-3.
He transmitted. Yeah, he was listening to 3-3. He transmitted. I was just listening. I was not participating in any of the banter, but I heard him, and it didn't seem like it was real. And
So there is truth that listening and participating in the conversations on 3-3 can be hazardous to your health. I mean, that's what I'm hearing.
Well, the guy wasn't participating, but yeah, maybe.
No, he just came on, and he actually sounded really calm for
he was
admitting that he was
super
upside
calm.
down.
He was super calm, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. And you know what's interesting is I work for the local county here, so I have a backdoor number to the sheriff, and I decided to call them instead of try to call 911, and they were able to very quickly relay it. And I mean, it was like, and it makes sense that the fire station's 0.8 miles away because they were there within, I don't know, I should look at the time track of it, but within like a minute or two.
Wow.
And, but it was just, it was disappointing to me that, there was this thing going on and people couldn't just like stand down and just be quiet for a few minutes while somebody's like calmly saying there's no cell phone service here. The other guy that was here, called he's a WA call, but yeah, he was saying, I know the area, there's no cell phone service there. So it was very lucky that this guy had his
So are you telling me that the people on 3-3 were not letting this incident be reported properly?
They just didn't take it seriously. It was confusion and
wow.
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
You're gonna play it? You're gonna play it? Yeah. There was one point I remember listening to it and Rob literally telling somebody, I know the guy's call sign, I'm not even gonna mention it, but saying, "Hey, dude, stand down."
Well, let me see
The
if I
guy
can.
was-
Let me see if you can hear when I share it.
Yeah, you got to skip way forward unless you.
I think it's like 20 minutes in. Yeah.
Anything goes on, I'll
Like 21 minutes or something. It starts.
Further?
Oh, perfect.
Like 21 minutes into it.
Whose desktop are we looking at here?
It's Chris. How far forward do you think?
Like 21 minutes.
It's 20-something minutes into it, yeah.
Pretty close to the end.
Oh, no, I just go to 7-Eleven and get coffee. That's kind of a night, almost like a night owl to me. I don't get up anyway between 7:30 or 8 or something like that. But sometimes I get up a little bit early, get down here and talk to the breakfast club.
It's right after Michael BF Ducks.
Talk to you later. There, you take care of yourself there, Gary K6 Back. If you're out there, Donkey, great. If not, get some good rest here. I'll probably get before 8 o'clock myself tonight. Didn't sleep well last night. I just ended up start waking up about 11:30 thinking about the day. It's like, oh, gee, I stress too much. At least I guess I have a job considering here. Me and my son have jobs, so there you go. All right, I'm gonna step aside for now. Kansas State, be clear, 7-3.
Ian Sickens, yes. I'm in an overturned vehicle on Pinehurst and Skyline. Could someone call
Oh, I know that spot.
Not EMS because there's no injuries, but yeah. Buddy, what's that location again? That would be on Pinehurst Road, just before Skyline. Over. What's the city? Think? It's just outside of Canyon, California, 94516. If you look up, I'm on APRS as well. If you look at my call sign, it should be recent. Okay, and on which, do you know which side of the road you're overturned on? Yeah, it's coming from Skyline. It would be on the left-hand side of the road.
This dude sounds hella calm for somebody who's sitting in his car upside down.
Yeah.
Wow.
Heard that on the scanner about 30 minutes ago. Yeah, I don't know if that's not called in. I mean, I didn't hear it on mine, so I don't know. Maybe I'm in the wrong dispatch. I heard that at least 30 minutes ago on the scanner. K6KH. You in the car, or are you just at the scene of this accident? No, I'm still in the car. It's in a weird position. It looks like it's pretty well lodged, but like I don't want to get out until I have someone, you know, here to look at on the outside, make sure it's not going to move anywhere on me. Copy that.
Wow.
Call it in right now. Stay on the line. Can't check.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
thank you very much. Good call. I heard that. No shit. About at least 20, 30 minutes ago.
Man, you asked some really good questions, Rob.
Stand down, all right?
I was thinking about questions I should have, other questions I should have been asking. But I was on the phone too, so
Upside down.
there's
I'm
going
talking to the
on.
other guy. You're cool. I'm calling it in right now. Stand by. Good evening, 3-3 and M6E. Listening.
Anyway,
I thought he was kicked off.
Go in here. Stand by, please.
That was a different guy.
EEZE.
Relaying it over the air.
there you go.
You don't have to tell us. We get it now.
Shut up.
That's Jim.
That's Jim.
Yep.
Accident vehicle. What? Can you verify what county you're in?
This was I was on the phone with fire.
I'm right on the border between Contra Costa and Oakland.
Trying to.
Man, I know right where that dude crashed.
I see the
Wow.
lights. I think I'm good.
Yeah, that cat Aaron lives like right down the block from this dude.
Yep.
From where this happened.
That's what he said. He said he knows the spot and everything. And then we watched him on. Jason put him on APRS and he's moving. It was interesting, and I thought it was very interesting because Nick had sent me the recording, and I was like, wow, that just happened to me right after it happened to him. And you know, everybody says ham radio. You know, oh, even Jim. I don't know if you heard Jim's comment, but well, if you listen to the whole thing, well, I would just use my cell phone and everything, but like
Didn't have cell phone coverage.
Not in that location, not necessarily. Like that's
He's in a ditch.
I did try to send him a message from my APRS system
Right.
from my server, but I haven't heard back from him. And it restarts every night, just the way I've got it set it up. So if he did get back to me that night, I wouldn't have saw it anyway. So
You know, I mean, for an old crusty mariner that I am, when you're, on the bridge of a ship, when you navigate, you use every available tool to navigate the ship safely. And the same kind of goes for communications, I think. So even if my cell phone worked and I was upside down in a car off a cliff, I'd be using my radio or whatever it took to get safe contact and get out of there safely. So I thought you asked some great questions, Rob, the right kind of questions to be able to feed to the emergency folks too. So good job.
I was glad I could help, and I was, sorting through, and I thought the disinformation that I was getting, I was processing that and going, this dude is not, he's telling me he's upside down in his car right now, and like oh, it was called in 30 minutes ago. I'm not buying it. So anyway, it was interesting.
So that location is super popular for motorcycle riding and fast cars.
I
so
figured
it's not
maybe
uncommon.
like a
Yeah.
Subaru.
Was this the Hollister Hills?
No,
It's
this
like
was-
Moraga way out there. Yeah, it's out Moraga, out by the 24 or something, I guess. Not too keen on it, but
Lucerne Valley or
no, it's up on Skyline,
Oakland
up
Hills.
towards Oakland.
I just think
okay,
it's
okay.
super cool that
Bay
that
Area.
Nick has this experience like a week
Yeah.
ago.
I was-
and then Rob's got one of these too. Who's going to be next? Who's gonna
I took
be
the
next
one
guy
in.
the week, dude?
Hopefully nobody.
Yeah, hopefully, right?
I
Yeah,
took the
I-
one
I
in
was-
Hollister Hills, and Rob was the one that was in kind of the Bay Area, north of Concord.
From Auburn.
Well, that's the
Auburn.
funny
From
part, right,
Auburn,
is-
dude. That's what's cool, man.
Nick
That
was
was
responding
big,
to
bro.
Hollister Hills from Washington.
Yes.
And then, you're responding to Contra Costa County from Auburn.
And you
You
caught
know
him
what?
on straight RF too. You got him on an RF signal as
Yes.
opposed to Nick. You got him on a digital mode, right?
Right.
Coming in, yeah.
I was on RF, and so it was very interesting. Like I said, I work for the county, so I have this backdoor number to the sheriff here in Placer County, and I called him and I said, Rob Newbern, Placer County, I'm in Auburn, I'm a ham radio operator, and I've got an emergency relay for a rollover accident that's in the Bay Area. Can you relay me to whoever I need to talk to over there? And then, that happened actually very fast. It was pretty cool, and they were trying to bounce me on CHP between stuff out there, but that all goes through digital text and everything, and they were like, okay, no, we got it, because that fire station that was right nearby, 0.8 miles away, I mean, that's how they were able to get there that fast, because they're like looking at this too, and people are like, anyway, it was cool. I was glad I could help, and
I bet that dude's QRZ blew up that night too.
we were wondering about that. I actually looked at it today because I had it up, but maybe I didn't refresh, and it only had like 70 hits or something, or I don't know. It wasn't that big. I've got his call written.
I've got his call written somewhere. I was thinking about spamming him again on APRS just to see if he's okay. So I don't know how else to get at him, And APRS, he turns it on and he'll see what I'm writing.
Well, hey guys, we're running a little bit short on time here, but I wanted to give Rob in 6RJM a chance to say hi, and Mark. So, Rob, how's it going tonight?
Going good. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Can you hear me?
You sound great.
Yep.
Oh, good. Because I'm not used to this headsets and all this good stuff. Yeah, I heard the accident. I was in the shower, so I couldn't write on his call. And yeah, it was very interesting, and I just was a little bit unhappy about some of the other stuff that was going on. I mean, been a ham for quite a long time, since I was over 30 years, I guess. And usually when there's any type of possibility of emergency, they just all shut up. I had help in Arizona. I broke down in Quartzsite one time, a long time ago, and I was on the Cactus. And everybody just kept quiet. This woman helped me out, and CHP came out a few times because we were in the sticks, and picked up a fan belt. I repaired the alternator and took off. It was really good. Yeah, they had a lot more respect back then, But some of these guys are new. Some of these, what can you say?
I don't think it's a new guy thing. I mean, no. I've been licensed since August or something, dude. It's just
yeah, a lot of it has to do with the particular repeater system that took place on. It has sort of a magnetic attraction to inhospitable operators, but but yeah, I mean it's still a means of communication, and it was awesome. Yeah, it's you never know when that thing's going to happen. Something like that, my deal was on the wind system, and I had just happened to be on the wind system, and all of a sudden someone came in. Almost exact same scenario: rolled car, no cell service. those things just kind of happen. And
I'm surprised on the wind system that someone didn't stop you and say, well, if someone hasn't lost an arm or a leg, this isn't important enough for us to waste wind system time.
We really don't want to tie up the QSO for too long.
You've been on for too long. You guys got to move over to another channel.
You need to move much faster with your emergency traffic.
Yeah.
Like Carla, right? We're on solar battery power here. Could you take it somewhere else?
Right. Mark, what's going on, man?
Not much. Been keeping busy with the with work, so been missing a few of these. I'm finally back.
Is that the comfort in your background?
That is not the comfort. That is. Can you tell by the crosses?
Is it Mercy?
The Mercy.
Mercy?
Yes. That was my last ship.
Okay.
Are you like a merchant marine or something, Mark?
I was Navy.
Oh, you're Navy? Okay.
Yeah.
I was Navy too.
Interior communications electrician.
If you were Navy, raise your hand. No, look at that.
I was an Airedale.
Yeah.
I was stationed in Fallon, home of the Desert Admirals.
Yeah. That's,
Top Gun.
no, I was on the Mercy, and then
Now Top Gun, yeah.
I retired out of the Naval Hospital. Now I do IT. Now I work for PlayStation. So I've been keeping busy with the new.
Are you in the Bay? Where are you at?
What's that?
Where do you live in the Bay Area or where are you
I'm
at?
in San Diego. San Diego area.
Okay, cool. Oh man, I want to be there.
Well, the
totally
new
wanna be
repeater
down
will
there.
cover San Diego also. So,
Will it? Are you guys doing
Well, if you're at
Just-
if
you
you're
have
at
to be
30,000 feet.
31,000 feet.
Yeah.
31,000.
My last active duty was at Miramar.
Nice.
Yeah, but
That's where we do our grocery shopping.
But I was military Sea Lift Command too, so you know.
Oh, were you?
Yep.
I was part of VFP 63 at Miramar, Photo Recon Squadron.
Yeah. So the Mercy, the guy, it's a military Sea Lift Command ship, and I was actually when I got to it, it was still stationed in Oakland in the Bay Area at the supply center, which I guess is now a park. So.
Very cool.
Toxic one, dude.
Hey, Mark, you had posted
so super slush fun they got to fix over in Oakland.
No,
dude.
I was one of the little jaunts I did twice was at Johnston Atoll, which
yep, been there.
Nuclear bombs explode on it, and biological and chemical warfare weapons were decontaminated there. So
they dispose of stuff there or something. I forget.
It's totally gone. There's nothing there now. It's a bird refuge.
Problem Navy, a problem.
A three-eyed bird refuge, dude.
That's get rid of them there. There.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, you had posted that link worked. What link were you talking about?
What do you mean the link?
You posted in the comments on YouTube.
Oh, I was talking about. Usually, YouTube won't let you do links and comments. So.
Yeah. Well, I've never had a problem posting a link to Zoom. It's always allowed us.
We're always able to do them on ham radio TV. We always put them up.
And we've done it a million times here too. And for some reason now tonight it won't let us do it. So I'm wondering if I can post it like in the description of the video while I'm streaming. I might try that next week.
I know a lot of content providers do that. They post links to stuff like, oh, this thing we're working with is in the comment, in the description below, and they kind of point down at the, so
cracking down.
Yeah, so we can.
Hey, so Nick, did you turn off like comments underneath? Because maybe people.
No, there's no way to do it. There's no way for me to do that. Or I mean, I can turn off comments altogether, but then they wouldn't show up. I'll reach out to a couple people and see if there's any way to change that or any kind of workaround what people are doing. But yeah, I don't see it in here at all, no matter who posted it. So, but
I thought you needed 1,000 subscribers to be able to do YouTube Live.
There you go.
No, you need 1,000 subscribers in order to do YouTube mobile. To do it on your phone live. So if you have 1,000 subscribers, you can be walking around and click live on your phone and go live. You have to do it from.
Nick?
What's that?
So far?
He's got 145.
I'm just shy of 1,000. Just shy.
Just 900 shy of it.
Just 900. Yeah,
I'm
that could
just shy
happen.
of that 2,800 miles, just a little bit.
That could happen
Well,
at any moment.
I'm sure that Twitter push I put out for you today really helped you get like a quarter of a subscriber to it.
Well, hey, all I know is I think it's only a matter. It's realistically, it's a matter of days before we hit 20,000. It only takes that one right show, you know.
How many days?
That's right, dude.
All right, it's 9:06. We're past our bewitching hour, so we're gonna make a decision whether we give our hugs and kisses or if we go for a 3-hour marathon. Like
No, I think
I gotta roll myself,
it's
man.
time. Yeah, so I appreciate everybody coming out tonight, and for all the people that stuck around on YouTube to watch this unfold. Hopefully, I talked with Rob, and I've talked with a couple of the other people that were involved in those emergency contacts, and we're going to try to put a little video together, just because the utility of ham radio is definitely still there. It's super important to emergency communication, and we definitely want to prove that point. So, go ahead, Mark.
One thing I do is I do a lot of off-roading, and I always point that out with the ham radio, and because a lot of places we go, you don't have comms. A bunch of the Jeep guys I know, there's a rollover accident on the Rubicon, and everybody's freaking out. And the one guy who's a ham is like, "Hang on," and, gets on the repeater, and
RubyNet.
That was in 2005.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. The situation I was involved in was an off-road park. It was a Jeep who saw another vehicle roll, and so super important. But I just wanted to say thanks again to everybody. So we'll say 7-3 for tonight.
Drivers are terrible. You're always rolling over.
I know. Gosh, it's a Jeep thing. I don't know what the deal is.
I have a Razor now, and a Jeep.
But
I have a dirt bike, and I do.
I got one of those too.
Same thing. I have a couple of dirt bikes, but out in the desert, the repeaters work. Cell phone doesn't usually, unless you're on top of the mountain.
Yep.
And so, been handy for that.
There's some soda activations I need to do out in the desert, out down here. There's some peaks that haven't been activated that have trails going to the top.
Cool.
What elevation are you at in Auburn?
I'm at, my house is about almost 1,800. Top of my hill is 1,800.
Do you see Diablo clear?
Yes. Yeah, I can hit Diablo. Nick was here, like when
we hit it on with a 5-watt HT.
On 1 watt.
I think, we lowered it down to low power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you guys want to see, just real quick, I just want to show you. The Navy guys this. First of all, here we go.
Nope.
There's Johnson Atoll.
7-foot elevation.
Yeah. So that was the place.
Florida's 6 feet.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
And then, anybody who's been to Johnson, I don't know if you've
down. Okay.
Here we go. They had the little 1 and 0, and then if you were around, you always had to carry a gas mask with you.
Yeah.
That was the facility where they were getting rid of chemical weapons, right?
Yes. Administered by the Air Force. The weapons were guarded by the Army Red Hats.
I never set foot on the island, but we did escorts for back in the 90s when they were getting, part of the treaty. We have to destroy these, and
yes,
we were escorting military SEAL Command ships to Johnson Atoll.
And mostly my military SEAL Command stuff was kind of interesting. I was mostly dealing with Tagos, which was the listening ships, tow to raise, chasing subs.
I was chief engineer on one of those ships for a while.
Were you? Was it a SWAT boat or was it one of the monohulls?
No, monohull.
Okay, so with the electric, and everything.
Yeah,
so,
top speed of about 8 knots if you were hammer down.
Dude, I was wow. So that's very cool. And then like the Shawest ships. I don't know if you ever dealt with them. They were civilian. They were the orange and tan ones that were carried around like the RS-1 and some other objects and stuff. And then this was one of the military sea lift ships that I went on that was in Pearl Harbor, and that was the view off the.
Oh, right out there in Pearl Harbor. Wow.
Yeah.
So I've seen this happen before. We'll say goodbye for about 45 minutes before we end up actually shutting the stream down. So I'm taking it. I'm taking the last word. I'm going to say 7-3 to everybody, and then we won't be here next week, but we will be here hopefully New Year's Eve, as long as everything works out for everybody. Hopefully we can all find a way to make it back. So 7-3 everybody. We'll see you all in a couple weeks.